What is going on, everybody? This will be my first live stream after my little bit of a holiday I had. Just going to be a quick one today. I got called into overtime at my work again in the middle of the night, so that means I'm going to be up super late, be hobbying off and on, so there might be a couple more of these streams that pop up. Feel free to check those out if you would like. But basically what we're going to be doing is I've got two more of my Kroot fiends to build. I'm not sure how much time I'll have tonight to do it, but we're going to try and get both of them done in a perfect world. I'll flip the camera back and forth so you guys can kind of see what I'm working on. Recovery by night, hell yeah, dude. Hey man, nice to see you. I watched quite a few of your videos actually. I'm terrible for commenting and remembering to do stuff like that. I always just have them on in the background, but you do some awesome work. I check out a lot of your posts on Instagram too, by the way. I think the first one I saw of yours was was Felix's big Kroot monster that you did sometime I think last year. So yeah, nice to have you. I'll flip it around here and I'll show you what we're working with here. Let me flip here. There we go. So the kangaroo things from Age of Sigmar. It's one of those new like high elf wannabe guys. But these are what I use for the base for the Kroot fiends. So I've got these, and then I've got, well, what I've got here is a little bit of a mess, but let me look through here real quick. There we go. We have some blue stuff molds that I've made, and then some casted heads. Some of them, like that one there, use the real parts. Some of them are casted. So we got some of those. Sorry for the cough. I got a bit of a cold here still. I got those, and then I've got some Ripperdactyl talons that I've also made molds of that I'm replicating that way. I use those for the hands, and then I use like some kind of cool random spike for the tail. And then just a little bit of converting of the saddle to make it not look like a saddle. So that's what we're going to be doing tonight. Put that back. Apologies for the poor setup. Like I said, I'm at work. But yeah, so I'm just going to be kind of hanging out and cleaning these up. There'll be a couple more of these streams popping up tonight, hopefully. Yeah, man, especially if you're into the kitbashing, the molds have kind of been my new thing that I started in 2022. The thing is that I find is they're kind of hit and miss. Like some of them will be really good, some of them will be really bad. But if you're willing, like they're really good for a base. If you're willing to tweak them and work on them, like the final product a little bit, they're really good for that. Like for my Kroot Daemonettes, a lot of the heads for them were green stuff molds, and some of them, like I had to go back and like touch them up because the mold was a little bit offset, but it just made them look like more warped and weird, so that was totally fine for them. So I remember back in the day, it used to be super frowned upon. I mean, it kind of is. I think it depends on your circle. Like, and I think too, there's a big difference between doing it for bits and doing it for whole models. And I guess it's just kind of up to you, right? Like, we all 3D print stuff now too. Kind of the same thing. So I'm just, the piece here with the hands, with the hands, we just clip those off and then tidy that up for later. Like I said, I'm just starting this first one here. Basically, I'm just going to get these parts tidied up, and I'll do another stream a little bit later on where I'm actually putting the pieces together. I'll take this little tassel off. I don't think that's very demon-y. Tidy that up. We got a brand new super sharp knife, so that's always a pleasure to work with when it just slices through plastic like butter. 2 people watching, it says now. I'm wondering if that is the Mr. Penguins himself. He usually turns up. Sorry I have to keep touching the screen there. I missed the comments. So what, if anything, are you guys working on tonight? I know you said they're hobby by, or not hobby by, recovery by night, sorry. I know you said there you're going to be starting Krieg. I don't know if you've started any of that yet. But they are a pretty cool faction to be doing. Get those mold lines off, get this all nice and tidy. And we got another hand that has got to go. I just clipped them kind of right at the base of their armor there. I printed some stuff from Station Forge, loving the sculpts so far. Nice, I'll have to check them out. I actually don't have a 3D printer. It's something I'd like to maybe look at getting in the new year. There's a local guy who has a small business, and his prices are really good for having stuff printed. So I had him actually print out a bunch of my Kroot parts for me. I guess that probably was 2 years ago now. But he was really good, and I've had him print some other things like bases and stuff for me, so get all my printed stuff from him. There was the one I saw a while ago where it was, I think it was a Patreon, where they had done a whole like mechanical Tyranid army that I thought looked really cool. That was definitely something that I could get behind. I think I saw the Daemons, and it looked pretty sick. Alright, that is those pretty well cleaned up. The one thing I had to get for these too was like, even though the models are pretty big, the bases are slightly too small. So I had to go and get a set of 90 mil bases for them, or else it would have been too little. Realized I wasn't even using my cutting mat here. Little small portable one. Alright, I'm just going to glue these bits together real quick, and then probably pretty much call it there, just because I'm a little bit paranoid. I feel like I have to go check on my team, as I'm more or less in charge tonight, and I'm a little bit worried. But there'll definitely be at least one more at some point, so anybody who's either going to be up very late or maybe lives somewhere far away from me and will just be awake at that time, just keep your eyes open. I'll just throw a couple more up. Maybe I'll throw a little notification or post on my Instagram or whatever when I'm about to start to let you guys know. How does this foot go? This foot does not want to attach. Why is this lining up so badly? Maybe that's supposed to go on first? There's a chance I have the wrong piece here. That's definitely possible. No, that's right. I think I just needed to put the leg on first there. I don't have the instructions with me here. Instructions are lame. I guess that one just doesn't line up super tight. Oh well, it's fine. We won't hold it against Games Workshop just yet. Okay. There we go. Yeah, I think of, I say this literally for each one that I make, but for all of the kit bashes for this army so far, these guys are definitely, if not my favorites, they're among my favorites. Like, tell me that that body shape just doesn't look like the perfect dinosaur raptor-y sort of shape. Like, it's so perfect for a cool bipedal Kroot monster. And what was really nice is that because these guys come in a unit of 5, other than the little bit of extra, I had oh, hey Penguin, nice to see you pop in. So we're making my last 2 Kroot Fiends, and as I said earlier, there will be a couple more streams popping out tonight. This one just threw it up just as I was putting this guy together. This is just the base body, obviously. I've got some pre-made and some extra molds of heads. I think that's probably the head I'll be using right there. I then need to green stuff, like mold a new set of claws. Need to find a cool spike for his tail, and then I need to green stuff his feet, and then that's pretty much it. A little bit of work to do on the saddle. I'll show how I do that. But yeah, so hopefully throughout the night I can get 2 more of these guys made, and we can just hang out together. Let me just make sure I didn't miss any messages here before I take off. Recovery said, I'd compare getting your first resin printer to getting your first airbrush. Yeah, I think it would definitely be, it'd be a whole new level to the hobby, right? Like, even more so when you're making the models yourself. I think it'd be tough to want to buy them, honestly, after, if you're just doing that, if you've just got like an unlimited supply of really cool, unique models. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and take off, guys. Thanks for hanging out. Like I said, super quick one. There'll be more popping up. I had to just kind of get situated here before I could start it, and I am kind of limited because I'm at work, you know, supposed to be working. But I'll flip the camera around real quick and I'll just kind of show the process and the bits I'm working with here. Oop, come on, there we go. So there's our guy as he stands. As you can see, it's a really cool pose already. I love each of these models are so dynamic. They look like they're just sprinting full send at the enemy. And then we've got my little bag of goodies here. And this is a mix. Some of these molds, like you can see here, some of these molds were for my the Seeker Cavalry. Some of them are for extra hands. So these are like Gene Stealer hands. And then there should be, it's gonna make a fool of me now. I'm not gonna be able to find any of them. Maybe I have them in a different bag. It'd be embarrassing. You know what? I must have them in a different bag. Well, that kind of changes things. I guess we are only going to be making one of them tonight, unless I have the sprue. So I have this one already made, obviously, with the real parts. So we got Kroot quills and then a Ripperdactyl head. So that will go on there just like so. And then I know I do have, yeah. So I've got the molds to make more of these are the Ripperdactyl talons. So these are what I use for the hands of these guys, but I did want to mess around with and see. I have these like Slaneshi claws, and I did want to kind of experiment and see how these would look, because these are kind of closer to what they're supposed to be anyway. So I might slap those on one of them. Use these for one, and then use the other ones for the other. I'm not sure yet, but we'll have a look at that later on, and you guys can just kind of see the process for how I make these things. Might be kind of fun and cool. And off camera, I'm going to look and see if I have those other molds, because I'm a little bit confused why they're not in here. So yeah, adios for now, and I'll see you later.